Okay, is Hamas winning?
Of course.
Okay, how?
Okay. I was about to ask you. Do you think
How is
for
Hamas
1 minute,
winning?
will you try not talking over me when I'm trying to speak to you?
I'm not going to talk over you if you answer the
Okay.
question. If I tell you 2 plus 2 equals
Okay.
7, and you ask me, well, how does 2
Now,
plus 2 equal
if you
7?
try
And then
not,
I say, well, I want to talk about the current state of climate change. Like, dude, stick to the topic.
try not
I
being
don't,
arrogant and allow me to answer you.
I'm not being arrogant. You're being foolish. Can you win an ethnic cleansing? I don't know. Ask all of the Arab countries that ethnically cleansed 800,000 Jews between 1948 and 1951. Ask them if they won. No, the supply chain, that was not my point. There was no ethnic cleansing in Gaza. Just because people are displaced due to war that's not ethnic cleansing. There was no policy of ethnic cleansing. They're actually coming back right now. The thing is that you guys would rather them die so that you could then say that they're committing genocide. So you've created this false dichotomy in your heads of either it has to be either or both ethnic cleansing and genocide. Many of you conflate the two and equate them when that's not the reality. But you'll say, oh, well, they displaced them. They sent them into tents. Okay, do you want them to be bombed and killed? Seems like you guys do, so that you could then claim genocide. But it doesn't matter. If Israel warns them and tells them to get out of the way, because Hamas has built an entirety of a terror infrastructure underneath Gaza, then you guys are going to complain. Oh, they displaced them. Well, if they don't tell them to leave and they bomb them and kill them, you guys are going to cry genocide. So it's a lose-lose situation. None of you idiots can ever settle down and make up your minds as to which is the morally right decision. Tell them to leave and then bomb, or don't tell them to leave and then bomb. Which one do you guys want?
Hey, how you doing? So you say you're a Christian, right?
Okay, how old are you, buddy?
Okay,
Don't lie to
18.
me. You don't lie to me. How old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
Hmm?
Hmm?
2007.
Yes, I'm a Christian. What's your question?
Okay, so I'm just curious like why you talk about Israel so much as a Christian. Because it's not a Christian land.
I agree it's not a Christian land. I talk about a lot of places a lot. I used to talk about Russia and Ukraine a good bit. I've talked about many conflicts throughout history. I've talked about Africa. Africa's not a Christian land. I mean, what's your point?
I'm just curious why you focus on this conflict so much, at least right now.
Because
Because
there's just
when I
idiots out
look
there
at
like
your,
you.
how am I an idiot? I'm just asking you a simple question.
Well, now you're trying to frame me within this proposition of I can't be a Christian and support Israel, which is what you're going to move on to because it's not a Christian land, acting as if all of my political decisions and geopolitical interests have to, at some form or at some point, be formulated on the basis of my religion, which just is not true.
Well, no, I'm not moving to that point. I was just
I talk
like
about it
very
because I care
curious.
about
That's
it,
it.
dude. I talk about a lot of things that have nothing to do with Christianity. This is what you morons do. You come in here, oh, are you a Christian? Israel hates Christians. It's not a Christian land. They spit on Christians. They hate Christians. Why do you love Israel so much? They say that Jesus is burning in boiling excrement in the Talmud. They say that Mother Mary was a whore. This is what all of you guys do. I don't care what Jewish people think about my God. I don't care. I reject Judaism. I don't follow it. Yes, I am a practicing Christian. I believe Christians are safest in Israel than anywhere else in the Middle East. That is statistically proven. They are the happiest of groups in the Middle East. That is also statistically proven. They're one of the happiest minority groups out of anywhere on earth. Self-reported rates of happiness and pleasure. The Christians in Israel. So what does it matter whether or not I'm Christian and whether or not I support Israel? I support this because it's the biggest geopolitical issue in the world right now. And there's a lot of people talking about it, and there's a lot of false narratives. And I want
Okay,
to
bro.
combat them,
I
and
just
I
wanted
want to
to,
exist as
yeah.
somebody who talks about them and talks to people who are willing to have conversations, not idiots like you who come up here and ask these stupid questions that lead to no conversation. Do you want to have an actual conversation?
I just wanted to ask that. That's what I said at the
So
start.
did I answer your
So,
question?
well, yeah, you answered my question. So bye,
Yeah.
I guess. Have a good day.
I'd been talking about Israel, by the way, before anyone ever knew that I was a Christian. Does that help you
Yeah,
either?
I know. I've looked at your main channel before.
Awesome. So you know of me.
Yeah,
What are
I
your
know
thoughts?
you. Well, my only like thing was I found it kind of odd why you're talking about Israel so much. That's literally it.
Because
So I
I'm
wanted
Christian?
that. Yeah. I mean,
Or
it
just
wouldn't
in
matter
general?
if you were.
Oh, it
Listen,
wouldn't
general.
matter, right? So why did you ask me? That's my whole point.
Well, like, I mean, it wouldn't matter if you were,
Wouldn't matter
if
what
you
I
were a Jew or
was.
not.
Wouldn't matter if I
If you
was
were
Jewish,
Christian or
Muslim,
like a
Hindu,
non-Jewish
Buddhist.
person.
It wouldn't matter at all. I'm talking about Israel because it's an important conflict in the world right now. Doesn't matter
Okay,
what
bro.
religion I am.
Okay,
That's my
bro.
whole
I'm
point.
done.
Okay, be done. Move on. That's my whole point. Why ask me if I'm Christian? It has nothing to do with it, and then you take 10 minutes to admit that it doesn't. Like, what? Israel, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, you have here says Israel is winning. Do you know what winning is?
Why is your name Israel?
Why?
Did you make a
can I
fake account
name-
just to? I'll talk to you, dude. I just want to know. Don't be so hostile.
That's my name. That's my name, Israel.
What's your are you a religious person?
No, are you?
Yeah, I am. You're not a religious person.
No. What's your religion?
I'm a follower of Jesus of Nazareth.
Okay, good. I am from Nazareth.
Awesome. No, I was just wondering. I was gonna ask you a question. I think Israel's winning. Yes.
How? What's winning to you? Is like an alive in a human being and destroying industrial, is destroying whole buildings and schools. Is that winning?
Yes.
Wow. So your winning is unaliving people and destruction is to you winning.
Yes.
Wow. Say you have no idea what winning is. You are a violent person by thinking this is winning. You are
Is there a winner right now?
well, there is no winners. That's why Israel is not a winner and Palestinians are not a winner. There is no winner in what's going on in Gaza.
Winner and loser are relative terms, no? Just like light and darkness, light can't exist without darkness, and darkness can't exist without light, just as winners can't exist without losers, and vice versa, right? So clearly there is a winning side and there is a losing side. It doesn't matter if you think one side has completely won and has been flawless. If there is a side that has suffered more losses and that has not achieved its goals, then it is the losing side. I didn't say Israel's been perfect. I didn't say that I've backed every action that they've made, but in terms of who has won and who has lost this,
Israel did not
why are you
achieve
interrupting
any
me?
goals.
I didn't interrupt you.
Okay, go ahead, finish.
Yeah. Israel has definitely won. Israel has all of its hostages back. Well, not all of them. It's soon going to have, we hope, all of the hostages back. We have Hamas, who has at least agreed to phase one. But the thing is that this peace plan that was agreed to was backed by almost the entirety of the Arab world, backed by the West, who were all going to push for this to go into phase two. Hamas has no longer any bargaining chips to stall Israel or delay now that they're going to get the hostages back. And if they don't put their weapons down, Israel, with the backing of America and much of the Arab world, is going to go in and destroy them.
Okay, you
Now
done?
you tell me how Israel hasn't won. Now you could argue that they haven't won in terms of social media and public opinion, which is a big issue, but materially, as it relates to the current situation and the aims and objectives that were set out since October 7th, Israel has clearly won this war. Clearly.
Okay.
To
Okay, you done?
argue that they haven't is stupid.
Okay, are you done? Okay,
Yeah, I am done.
Win a war. You cannot win a war by airplane. The only way you win a war by ground, by taking the ground. They didn't take the ground.
They had
Every
83% of Gaza, fool. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
They had
They
83%, and they still have 53. With phase one, they still control over half of Gaza, and if they wanted to, they could control all of it.
By tanks and airplanes.
Wait, are you pro-Israel?
Yes, I'm from Israel. I'm from the Holy Land. I'm from Nazareth, but I don't believe in Israel.
Were you about to say you're from Palestine, but you don't believe in Israel? Wait,
Yes.
you're pro-Israel, but you're from Palestine, and you don't believe in Israel.
No, I'm not pro-Israel.
Can
Israel
you just
to
be?
me
Can you
is
just?
a
Can you
criminal
just be
state.
honest? Can you just be honest? I don't like people who come up here and try to lie and then
I am pro-Palestine. My name is Israel. I am Jewish, but I converted to Islam. But I kept my name because my
I thought
dad
you
named
weren't
me.
religious. You liar. That's why I asked you that, because I knew.
Hey, show
Oh,
some respect.
I'm not
my
re-
religion.
what do you-
I
I don't-
born as a Jewish, but I'm not religious.
How do you want me to show you respect when you lied to me immediately upon coming in here? That's why I asked you. You remember? I said, are you religious? No, I'm not a religious person. Are you? Because I knew, which is why I was going to ask you a question. You're a liar. You said, yeah, I'm pro-Israel. I was born in and then you stopped and said Israel because you were going to call the land Palestine. Dude, I don't like liars. I don't know what it is with pro-Palestinians who come up like, dude, if you want to come up in good faith and have a conversation, I'm all for it. But why do you guys try to come in here and deceive people into believing that you're people that you're not?
You're trying to make me look bad, and you are a criminal.
You did it
and
to
a liar.
yourself. I'm a criminal.
No, you are. You believe in that unaliving a human and destroying a school and church is winning.
We could have a conversation about that without you lying.
This is a terrorist act.
We could have
you proven that you are a terrorist. You proven that you like unaliving humans and destroying hospitals and churches.
Matter. Could I ask him something?
I don't
That'd be
inherently,
not a criminal.
yeah, you can, but I don't inherently like those things. I think they're necessary in the current war due to how Hamas fights. If Hamas wasn't in a hospital, if they weren't
Hamas
hiding in
is
schools.
winning. Hamas kicked your ass. You guys.
Okay, so Hamas is winning. I thought you just said there are no winners. See, you just keep lying.
He
muted
kicked
him.
your ass. And now they are.
I thought there were no winners. Listen to him. There are no winners in the war, but now Hamas has won. Listen to him. Let Coach ask something. Look, these people can't handle themselves.
Without America, you guys cannot do shit. Without America, you cannot.
Okay, Israel didn't receive. Wait. One more point, Coach. Wait. One more point. One more point. Israel, calm down. Did Israel win in 48 and 67 and 73?
No, Israel never fight a war in its own. Look, Hamas.
They didn't fight. Again, lie. 48, they won swiftly. No U.S. support. 67 won swiftly. No U.S. support. They weren't heavily supported by Israel until 73, and they won everything before that. And they won it in an easier fashion than what they're doing now. You're just a fool. Let Coach talk.
Israel cannot go to the bathroom without itself.
All right, dude. Again, these people, you corner them. They can't remain cordial. They get caught in lies, and then they just start screaming. Come back
Definitely
up. Take a
wasn't born
breather.
a Jew, but
No, they just lie. I don't get it. Why can't you come up here and have a conversation? Tell me who you are. If you're Muslim, tell me you're Muslim. If you think it's called if you don't think Israel exists and you think it's Palestine, just say that and we can have a conversation. But don't come up here and lie and present your how does that help you? It only hurts you because it's easy to see through it once you start pressing people. So to whoever that guy was, Israel was his name. Take a breather, come back up. Don't get your feelings hurt and stop screaming. It's not my fault you lied, dude. No, I'm not afraid of you, Fox. What do you want? What's on your mind? Thank you for the squid. Swimothy. Hello, Fox. You said, are you afraid of me? Here you are. What do you want to talk about?
There you are. You want to talk now, do you?
I'll do my best to understand you. That's a strong accent,
I'd
brother.
like to talk about how America has helped. I'd like to talk about how America has helped Israel for the last 40 years.
Okay. Floor is yours, man.
Yeah? Well, you tell me. Did they or did they not?
Yeah, we've helped Israel. You said you wanted to talk about it, so go ahead. Floor is yours. The 72 people in here.
So you say Israel has won. Now, is it Israel or America has won?
America's not fighting a war?
Is it Israel? Is it America? Is it Britain? Is it France? Is it Germany?
Would you
Who's
like me to
won the
answer?
war if they've won?
Would you like me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Israel.
Go ahead.
Israel. I am going ahead. You got to be quiet to hear me, right? Israel. Because Israel is the one who's currently in a state of war. America can't win a war if America isn't fighting a war. They've won the war. That's what they've won, dude.
Tell me, when did the war end?
The war is not over. Do you see the word above me that says Israel is winning?
Oh, so they can't
Do you see the word winning? Do you see is? That means present tense is.
Well, it's not over. They can't have won then, can they?
Well, they've won and they're going to win because the war isn't going to end on Hamas's terms. And if it doesn't end now, they're going to...
Is that just your own personal feeling?
Okay, so they're not winning?
Okay, so tell me, even if they take
Dude,
over
do you know how to answer
West
questions? Where are you
Bank
from,
and
bro? Where are you
Gaza,
from? Pakistan? Where are you from? Why are all of you the same? Unmute your mic.
No, he's actually a white troll-looking guy from Ireland.
The anti-Semitism there, the
tell
anti-Israel
me,
crowd there is.
even if the West Bank and Gaza
Are you
going to
answer my question, bro? Are you going to
you
answer
think
my
the war
question?
will be
I
over?
don't support the annexation of the West Bank. I think it will ruin a lot of things. Can you stick to one topic? You already dismissed your first one about how Israel has been helping, or how America has been helping Israel for 40 years. You just left that alone. You said that they haven't won, and I pointed out the title says is winning. That is present tense. Winning implies that it is ongoing. Is implies that it is in the current state of the situation. It doesn't say Israel has won or Israel won. It says they are winning. Israel
Well, I
is
heard you say
winning.
they did.
Okay, so are they or are they not? Do you think they are or do you think they are not?
No, they're not, and they never will.
Okay, is Hamas winning?
Of course.
Okay, how?
Okay. I was about to ask you, do you think...
How is Hamas
1 minute.
winning?
Will you try not talking over me when I'm trying to speak to you?
I'm not going to talk over you if you answer the
Okay.
question. You made a statement. I didn't mean to send you that invite to turn your camera on. My finger slipped on my mouse. Please don't. You made a claim that Israel is not winning. I accepted that. I accept your proposition. And then you also claim that Hamas is winning. I just want you to explain how. If I tell you 2 + 2 equals 7, and you ask me, well, how does 2 + 2 equal 7? And then I say, well, I want to talk about the current state of climate change. Like, dude, stick to the topic.
Try not being arrogant and allow me to
I'm not.
answer you.
I'm not being arrogant. You're being foolish. You're saying
No,
things and
leave
then
me
running
answer
away
you.
from them.
Let me answer you.
Yeah, answer. How is
Okay.
Hamas winning?
Okay, number one, Israel has not won anything. Tell me what they've won.
The war. They are achieving their goals and they are destroying Hamas.
A war
And Hamas
takes
is,
two
by the day,
armies.
Hamas is becoming closer and closer to being ousted from power, and there are more nations on
A
board
war
now.
takes two armies. War takes two
Hamas
armies.
is a military wing.
How many air forces has a mascot?
So every war in history, both sides had an air force.
How much artillery have they? How many tanks have they?
What does the UN Charter say in Article
Have they
50?
got a navy? Have they got
Are
a
you going
navy?
to shut your mouth, dude? You're definitely from Pakistan.
Sadly, he's not.
I refuse to believe it. Either that or his parents were born there. Dude, you're going to stick to one topic.
He is white as snow. I've sadly seen him with his camera on.
Don't turn it
He
on.
really looks like a hobbit.
It's
Now, do you believe everything? Do you believe everything Coach tells you? Badmouth Coach.
Nah, I might not, but I don't have to. I mean, I do believe what he's
Coach is a
saying
bad
because
mouth.
you've already proved yourself to be a fool. I just want you to stick to the topic, dude. It's really not hard. It's really not hard. I will answer all the questions you have for me if we can stay on topic. But when you ask me something or assert something to be true and we try to explore that and then you just move away from it, I don't appreciate that. You're wasting my time. And I have stuff to do in
You're
my day.
showing
I
your
have to
arrogance
go
again.
to the gym. Yeah, I will show my arrogance compared to you because you're a fool. You're inferior. How does that make you feel?
Now you're getting there.
Yeah, I do believe that certain humans are inferior to me in the way they choose to live their lives and how they are productive in society. I believe there are inferior human beings in terms of productivity in society. Yeah, I think all human beings have inherent value and are valuable, but I don't think that in terms of society and the value that they produce and their output in the world, I don't think that all people are equal, and I think that I do more good things for the world than you.
Do you think
Now,
you should have
do
combed
you
your
wanna
hair
s-
and washed
do-
your face this morning?
My face is very clear. You want to find anything on it? And I don't comb my hair. I have naturally curly hair. I don't have to comb it. If I comb it, it gets frizzy. Now, do you want to stay on topic?
You could be in a Neutrogena commercial.
I have very good skin. Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Look at
let's stay
the
on
shine.
topic. Let's stay on topic.
No filters either. No filters either. Look at it.
Let's stay on topic. Now that
I'd be glad to.
moved from.
I'd be glad to. So tell me how Hamas is winning.
I've told you already.
No, you didn't. You asked me how
Have they
Israel has
lost?
won. Yeah, I think they have lost.
Well, number one, Israel had to pull back.
Israel chose to pull
Correct.
back. Israel chose to pull
Oh
back.
no, their big buddy America shoved them back.
Well, they
You see,
agreed.
Israel go nowhere without the United States of America. You know that, don't you? Where would they get all their tanks and their guns and their bombs and their whatever?
Yeah, because they
Where
couldn't
would
produce
they
it on
get
their
all
own
that?
if they didn't want to, and they definitely couldn't
Tell
buy
me,
from other
if they were left
superpowers like
to
France and Germany.
if they were left to their own devices, how long do you
Dude,
think
they
they'd last?
kicked every other country's butt who messed with them from 48 up till
Why
73
why didn't they
without
leave, why
America.
don't they leave Turkey in?
Okay. Can we stick to one point? Like, I really will move on from you. What I'm gonna
I
do
did
so
answer.
far, I mean, you're giving me free engagement, by the way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip this live, and I'm gonna clip what you've said and put you on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and hundreds of thousands of people are gonna see you and say, look, these are the fools that are representative of the pro-Palestinian side. That's exactly what's going to
Here we
happen.
go
So
with the
feel
arrogance.
free to stay up and just keep being
The arrogance is coming
ignorant.
out again.
That's just the truth of the matter. Feel free to stay up and keep being indignant.
Oh, you're a really clever boy.
I am. I would like to think that I am
Yeah,
quite
you're
intelligent.
a fountain.
No,
of-
before I became this way, I begged you to stay on
fountain of
topic.
knowledge.
Huh?
You named the topic.
The topic is that Israel is winning, and you haven't stayed on that topic.
I told you they had to move back.
Yeah, and I tried to explain that to you, and then you went into, oh, they can't do
Oh,
anything
well,
without
you see,
America,
you-
oh, the tanks.
yeah,
Like,
but
I
you
was in the
see-
middle of explaining, and then you wanted to start talking over me and change the subject. Yes,
Okay, then
yes.
explain.
Wait. So Israel's lost because they chose to move back, meaning that they were inside of Gaza, and they were controlling 80+%, no?
With whose help?
It doesn't matter who's helping them. They-
No,
they
that's
were
what I hear. A
winning.
lot of Israelis say
If there's
that to me.
if there's a
It doesn't
basket
matter.
if there's a basketball team and 4 players on the team suck in the starting 5 and there's one superstar who's carrying the team and they're winning, the team is still winning regardless of how many people are contributing or how evenly it's split up. Just because they're backed by America doesn't mean that they aren't winning. I don't care who's helping them. They could destroy Gaza on their own. They don't need America. They destroyed Iran on their own. Only thing America had to do was bomb Fordo because they didn't have the B-2 bomber, the GBU,
Right.
whatever, 3057. Can you stay on topic?
Why are you? I'm trying to stay on topic, but you keep
No, you're
talking.
not. No,
And
you're
you
not
keep
answering. You're
muting
not
me.
answering the question. They controlled 80+% of Gaza. They pulled back because Israel agreed to begin a peace process to end the war, which is what you guys want, right? You want it to end the genocide, right? You want it to end.
Is that your opinion?
Do you or do you not want this war to end?
Can I give you my opinion?
Can you answer
Can
a
I give you
question?
my opinion?
Can you answer the question?
Can you give you my opinion like you gave me your opinion?
This is a conversation. This
Okay.
is not a monologue where this isn't
Yeah,
Dr. Phil,
that's,
okay?
yeah, you speak.
Do you or do you not want the war to end? If you don't answer the questions, I'm going to move on, okay? It's not difficult. You're a grown man. I know you have ears. I know you might not comprehend everything fully that I'm telling you, but I think you can do a good enough job.
Right.
Do you or do you want the war to end? Yes or no?
Of course I do.
Okay. Israel began a process to do that, where they withdrew troops, and they're still in 53% of Gaza. That's why they withdrew, because they're trying to end the war. If they wanted to, they could have taken over everything. To say that they withdrew, and that means that they haven't won, when you yourself want the war to end, and that is a process of ending it, is withdrawing troops because that's what Hamas demanded, and Hamas caved last second
No,
because they
okay.
knew that their last stronghold was in Gaza City and that Israel was going to go in, and now they're regrouping and killing
Can I speak now?
Palestinians. How I just
Can I
want you to
speak
I just
now?
want you but I want you to explain how that withdrawal means that Israel has somehow not
Yeah, but
won.
you can't I can't answer what you've just said if you ask me a question when you're finished.
That's what you
now,
said.
in your opinion, Israel pulled
Go get
back
your toast, bro. Go get your bagel.
Because it
Go get your bagel and come back when you want to
because
stay
it
on
wanted-
topic. Go get your bagel. Come back when you want to stay on topic. I heard the toaster. It's not hard to stay on topic. Why did I dodge him? I didn't. I gave him multiple opportunities to address the claims that he was making, and he never wanted to. Rylan, you're not. Oh, you are in the guest box. I'll get to you, buddy. Relax. Hi, you're on Coffee Cup. You're in the live, but we can't hear you. Okay, now you're gone.
Can you hear me?
I can, but I cannot see you in the guest box. There's a little bit of a glitch, but I don't know if the people watching can see you. Now we can see your camera. You don't have to turn it on. You feel free to though. What do you want to talk about?
I just wanted to get my point across that there is no winning in war.
Sure.
Yeah. Think that there's misconception on both sides. Both sides use propaganda.
What is propaganda?
False information.
It's not true.
Okay. You're telling me there's no propaganda being used in the war?
It's not what I said.
Then what is not true?
I said propaganda is not misinformation. Propaganda originally was not, it wasn't a pejorative. It wasn't a negative thing. It just meant information to influence public opinion, to advocate for one side in a particular conflict or regarding a specific idea. Propaganda is not inherently a negative word, although in the modern context, people tend to use it that way. That's why I asked you what propaganda was. Of course there's propaganda. There's propaganda in everything.
There's propaganda in everyone.
A political ad on YouTube for a Republican or Democratic candidate is propaganda.
Yeah, consider propaganda. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's false information on both sides, I should say then.
Sure. I think most of it comes from the Palestinian side, especially when it comes to the historical narratives.
Okay, then what do you have to say about the Israeli citizens protesting their own government?
I think Israel is a democracy, and their people enjoy the benefits of being able to speak out against their government, which is a good thing. Just as in America, just days ago, we saw millions of people take to the streets to protest our current government.
Yeah, of course. I just had to see what you thought about it.
But they were protesting to get the hostages back, which wasn't on their government. When all those millions of people got out in the streets.
Netanyahu's warmongering policies, attacking 7 different countries in the same week. But
well, all those countries have waged conflict with Israel. Hezbollah has not upheld their agreement of the ceasefire. What was it? 7 countries total?
It was a world record of bombing 5 countries in 1 week.
Yeah, don't mess with Israel. Yeah, and I think if America was in conflict with... Well, if America was surrounded by people like that who continued to wage war and provoke us, I believe that we should take strong military action too. If you can't defeat Israel, and Israel has the military might and power to go in and handle the people who are acting aggressively towards it, I have no problem with them doing that.
What do you think about Charlie Kirk being killed a week after saying October 7th had a stand-down order?
That video was years old.
Okay. What do you think about fucking Israeli Defense Forces testimonying, saying that there was a stand-down order?
I would like to see the names of those people. That has not been widespread circulation. If there was an actual stand-down order, it would definitely have been said by the entirety of the IDF, not just a handful of anonymous sources, as reported by Haaretz, which is an anti-Israel leaning outlet in Israel, just as there are ones like that within America who don't really like America, who don't like our government, who don't like Trump, who post things that are really anti-America and anti our federal government, because we live in a democracy that enables freedom of the press to publish whatever they want.
So
those are the same people who said that's the same outlet that said the Hannibal Directive was enabled on October 7th with no evidence. They just cite anonymous sources.
So you think Israel benefits America?
I think Israel provides a strategic benefit to America, yeah.
The only thing I see is false flags attacks and pulling us into war and sucking tax dollars.
Well, they haven't pulled us into war. America hasn't fought a single war on behalf of
Israel.
Israel.
What is Iraq, bro? What is Afghanistan? Why
I don't know.
Have we been in the Middle East the past?
Well, that wasn't... Well, actually, Israel was a proponent of not pulling us into the wars in Iraq. As far as Iran, we used a B-2 bomber to take out their nuclear sites because we are the only country on Earth that possesses the capability to do so with the artillery and the plane, the B-2 bomber. And Iran did not touch us. We could have killed all of them. We could have killed Khomeini. We could have killed the entirety of the Ayatollah, every RGC top commander. The top nuclear scientists were taken out. Their nuclear program was pushed back forever. They said they didn't want to develop a nuclear program. It was for civilian use. And now you have Khomeini, who was on Twitter 3 days ago saying America and Israel think they can stop the Iranian state's production of nuclear capability. Never in their wildest dreams will they be able to do that, which is just proof that they were in fact pursuing a nuclear weapon. He is admitting that they are doing that. They lied to the IAEA. So America went in very swiftly, took care of that. They didn't touch America. We were out of it. We weren't really in a war. It lasted 12 days. Israel destroyed them.
All right, since we're on the topic of nuclear bombs, what do you think of JFK being assassinated a month after asking Israel to accept nuclear facility inspections?
I don't think JFK's assassination has anything to do with Israel. I think that's a conspiracy
So
theory.
also he asked AIPAC to register as a
JFK
foreign
was the most pro.
He also went after the Federal Reserve.
I agree,
and that's why he was killed.
Well, you have no evidence of that.
He
JFK was the most
Zionist agenda.
What are you
wrong.
talking about?
JFK was the most pro-Israel president until his time.
Yeah, I know, and he wanted
until Donald Trump set foot in office.
Okay, you're
there
cutting
was
me off.
never a more pro-Israel president.
I never said he wasn't pro-Israel.
So why would Israel get rid of a president who, for the first
he
time
went up
in
against
Israel's
the Zionist
history,
agenda.
No,
he asked them,
didn't.
Listen,
Time out.
He asked them to register as a foreign
know what
lobby,
you're talking
and
about.
I do. I will.
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay.
Because
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I want you to
All right,
do me a
listen.
favor.
He asked them to
Rylan,
get their nuclear
take a deep
facilities
breath.
inspected.
Rylan, take a deep breath.
You're telling me history's fake?
Rylan, no, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to
Okay,
go
what is
look
it?
up. This is documented.
Yeah.
Go on to Google and look up his speech at the World Zionist Congress. And you tell me, after reading that speech to the Zionist Congress, if you believe that he would be assassinated by the Israelis.
Yeah, because he may have been in full support of a Jewish state, but he wanted to control the Jewish state and not allow them to get to the point which they were killing children like they are today.
So you think America should control Israel?
No, I'm saying they should register as a foreign lobby like every single other country. They're the only one. They have this special treatment. And they should also pass nuclear facility test inspections like every other country in the Middle East.
Yeah,
we should hold them to the same standard.
So I just want to point out that, so I think it was in 1962 where he did ask, he required, or he sent a notice to the American Zionist Committee, and asked them to register in compliance with being a FARA agent, and they resisted that, and they reorganized it and became basically AIPAC. So that's why it's not foreign, or it's not under FARA, because it's American. So they just reorganized it, which is completely legal. It doesn't matter whether or not you agree with that.
You think AIPAC isn't in the interest of Israel?
I wasn't done. Also, yes, he did ask for them to agree to U.S. inspections of their nuclear facilities, and I believe it was David Ben-Gurion who he resigned shortly after receiving the letter that Kennedy had wrote, and then I forget who took over after him, Levi Eshkol, something like that. And they agreed to limited inspections after that point, but they did hide a lot of stuff. Now, that isn't exclusive to Israel. Every country acts in its own self-interest. America doesn't control Israel. Like,
I know, I'm just saying.
Israel probably wanted to have a nuclear
weapon. Israel is
weapon.
the number one receiver of tax funds, since if you actually track every single dollar sent in history to Israel, the nation would be positive $5 trillion, not in debt.
It's not true.
That is completely. You keep saying my facts aren't true, dude. This is
America.
This is a typical Israel supporter.
Wait, I just want to clarify your claim. You think that if America had never sent a dime to Israel, that our country would not be in debt?
Yes, they.
Do you know how much?
Sent $42 trillion to Israel.
42 trillion? Where are you getting that?
Since the creation of Israel, if you track every single tax dollar and adjust it to inflation.
Okay, it'll take me 20 minutes to find an actual source on this. How about I ask, let's just see if AI can give a general overview. How much money has America sent to Israel since its establishment? You said $42 trillion, bro?
Yeah, that's inflation adjusted to today's market.
Let me add, adjust for inflation, which it already does, but... $300 to $320 billion since 1948. I don't know about you, dude, but 300 billion is a far way off from what'd you say, 42 trillion?
We've sent that alone fucking the past 5 years.
We've sent 300 billion in the past 5 years.
Yeah, we've sent annually.
We've sent more to Ukraine since the Ukrainian war than we sent to Israel. You do know that, right?
And they're both
dude,
controlled by Zionist-like groups.
Dude, you can not like Israel all you want, but to come up here and just lie and say, "Oh, we've sent them 40." Do you know how much money $42 trillion is?
And there's Jewish Americans that stand against Israel, and there was Jewish people who standed against the Balfour Declaration because it destroyed their nationality. Okay, but you don't understand. Judaism
Jews aren't
was
a
a religion, not a nationalism.
It's still not a nationalism. The nationality is Israeli. Is the country. The nationality. Judaism still is.
I know,
a religion.
but now Jews have a dual citizenship, and it destroys.
No, we don't. I'm Jewish. I'm American. I don't have Israeli citizenship. What the f are you talking about?
Okay, but
dude, you
like
you
me
literally sound dumb.
Question.
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Your allegiance to the nation.
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
All I said was I question your allegiance.
Why do you question my allegiance as a Jew?
Because there's a Jewish state now. You would hold their interests above ours.
Are you Muslim, sir?
No, I'm a Christian American.
So are you more supportive to the Vatican than you are America?
No.
Why?
Because
why shouldn't I question that?
Constitution was. Bro,
why shouldn't I question that?
Stupid right now.
Why shouldn't I question that?
No, that's so stupid, dude.
Why is that stupid? The Vatican is a country.
They didn't.
Vatican City is a country.
Christianity doesn't what?
Vatican City is a country. How do I know you as a Christian are not more have more allegiance to the Vatican than you do America?
Your claim makes no sense, bro.
Neither does yours. Why would me as a Jew be more supportive of Israel than I am of America?
Because they're the Jewish state.
So it's because he's Jewish.
The Vatican City is the Christian state.
Do you not understand his implication?
But America is a Christian nation.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. In God's
it's literally not. That was added later.
It has its basis in a lot of fundamentally
Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah,
but there's also the Judeo part of that.
That's post World War II.
The founding fathers did not really have Christianity in mind. Many of them actually were deists, and they didn't believe in the God of the Bible or God of Abraham, or really a personal God. But yeah, a lot of the institutions in our way that we have set up law and order in society and how we uphold things is rooted in the Judeo-Christian ethic. But America is largely professed to be Christian. I don't believe that. 80% of people who profess to be Christians don't know what they even believe. They're just Christian really in name only. But his point is that you're implying that his allegiance, Rylan, coach's point was you were trying to imply that he has an allegiance to Israel over America because he is Jewish. Yeah. Now, he's a Jew who's living in America. Yes. And you were making a correlation that because Israel exists as a state and he's Jewish, that he somehow loves Israel more than America. Now I'm also Christian and American.
100% happen.
So you're saying that it's because he's Jewish, though? Like, I'm Christian, I'm American.
No. I'm saying it's because there's the state of Israel. If you actually study Judaism, you'll know that there is no nation for Jews.
Well, there's a modern nation
literally
state called
false.
Israel. Like what?
No, it's not.
It's literally false.
And you'll also tell me that
Jews weren't kicked out
what
does God say to Abraham
throughout history because they
What did God say to Abraham?
I will make a nation.
What did God say to Moses?
He doesn't know. By the way,
exactly, sir.
You understand that the claim that Jews were kicked out of 109 countries. I know you're going to probably say, oh, it's just Zionist propaganda. You do understand that comes from Nazi propaganda, right? That claim originates from neo-Nazi propaganda. It's not 109 countries. You probably couldn't name 5 of them. It's 109 districts or localities, many of them within the same country, and they were kicked out.
And it was because they were sacrificing children.
In which place? Which of the 109? There's 109 places, dude, and they were sacrificing children. Which one?
1492.
In 1492, they were kicked out for sacrificing children in Spain. That was due to economics and taxes.
Yeah,
taxes.
they would lend money at exorbitant rates while giving it to the fellow Jew at zero.
I don't believe that's true. But it had nothing to do with sacrificing children. I don't know all the ins and outs of the exact reason why they were...
He's actually just spewing blood libel. It's weird. This is like all the shit that's in the, I can't even, I'm having a brain fart. Those Protocols of the Elders of Zion.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
What do you guys think about the Talmud?
I don't follow
What
it.
the
I'm
fuck
Christian.
is wrong with you, man?
Well, that's what these Bibi Netanyahu followers.
No, they don't.
Yes,
Jews
they
don't-
do.
Dude, do you even know what the Talmud is?
Yes.
What
It's
is it?
a fucking evil book.
What is it? What is it? Seriously, what is it?
It's a book
Describe
in
it.
Judaism that has
Well-
fucking wretched things in it. And
Okay, what is the Talmud? I know it's a book. What is it? How is it comprised? Because it's not just a book. It's a series of books.
okay, well, what's that?
You're-
You're my argument.
Because you just asked what is the Talmud and you don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm
many-
asking you, what is the Talmud?
My
why
point
is that
to you
part
is-
of
hold on.
Judaism?
My point, because okay, so I will actually explain this to you, even though you don't, or you're
I'll
not
be right
worthy
back.
of an answer of it. The Talmud is a series of back and forths over a course of 1,000+ years between rabbinic scholars, trying to determine how the Torah would rule on every single idea that they could come up with.
And
So they came up with, so some of it is crazy situations and hypotheticals that would never happen, but they wanted to come up with an answer of how, Judaism would
it talks
rule
about the rape
on
of
that.
children.
It literally doesn't. But it does talk about if a girl was raped, is she still considered a virgin? That's what you guys always talk about. And you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. So again, my point to you is, young man, that you have no idea what you're talking about, and yet you're formulating an opinion when you literally know nothing about a thing. It is the definition of bigotry.
And I'm saying,
You're formulating an opinion. You're not here for a
All right,
honest conversation and to ask questions.
no, I
You're
literally just asked
demonizing a
question.
group of people for something you have no idea about.
I have Jewish friends.
You just said the Talmud was an evil book, yet you know nothing about it.
Yeah, the things in it are wretched. It talks about the rape of children.
No, it doesn't. So again, when you're talking about the rape of children, is it bad that a scholar? Because remember, at the time that this was written, they wanted to know what would happen because we, as a society, we put women in this purity pedestal that they had to be pure in order to be wed. So now, when a girl is raped at a very young age by a disgusting human being, they had a discussion as to whether or not she would still be considered pure. Is that bad?
We can't hear you when you're not inside of the app, by the way, Rylan. I don't know if he got a phone call or if he's going to Google stuff about the Talmud, but yeah, we cannot hear you. Look, Fox is still here. He says you're full of it, coach. Oh, he left. See, this is the thing. Nobody's gonna convince me that people aren't that isn't anti-Semitism.
Oh, it is.
To just
100%.
no, it blatantly is, and these people try and hide behind, oh well, I'm just asking questions. Here's the thing: if you truly don't hold a hatred or a prejudice against a group of people, and you just genuinely want to ask questions about the history of their people or the history of their nation or their religious teachings, you'll go and explore it for yourself. You won't just parrot talking points that are rooted in bigotry and hatred and prejudice while you don't know what you're talking about. If he could have made a claim as to why it does talk about this stuff, it does mean that you're allowed to assault a 3-year-old girl, that would have been fine if he could make a case for that, and we could disagree. But they don't even know. They cannot substantiate what they're talking about. They just know these bigoted, prejudiced talking points, and they'll be insistent on, oh, I'm just asking questions, it's just what I've heard. No, that makes you an anti-Semite. You're enforcing hateful worldviews and ideas onto a people while you don't even understand the views and don't have an argument to support the views. That's anti-Semitism. If somebody did that about African Americans in America, they'd be considered a racist. Like, it's just, and that's the overwhelming, like, at least from my experience, that's who the pro-Palestinian movement is. That guy right there was a great representation.
Be the same thing as if I said I read somewhere that black people are thugs. Therefore, I want to know why black people are thugs.
Black people were kicked out of 109 countries.
Right.
But I can't name one or a reason
why. Do you only have cordial?
You're going to be cordial this time, buddy? You got to stay on topic. I have a little bit more time to entertain you. You aren't cordial. You didn't stick on topic,
entertain
brother.
me with this. Okay. Yeah. Well, you see, I'm not good at being directed.
Directed?
Tell me something. Yeah.
I'm not trying to direct you. I'm not. No, I tried to keep you on path. If you have an issue yourself where you can't stay on topic in regards to a conversation that you are initiating, that's a you problem, brother. When you have a conversation, it's usually centered around a topic. Thank you. Who sent that? E-Dubs, thank you so much for the galaxy. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dude, it's my duty to keep the conversation on track. And if I want to let it devolve or go down some other route, then I will. But I don't do that when it comes to these lives. This is an exchange of opinions and claims, and we stick to them one at a time. You made a lot of claims previously, and you did not substantiate them. Now, if that's a big word for you, that means you didn't prove them to be true. You didn't explain them, okay?
There goes the arrogance again.
I get it, dude. I get it. I'm under your skin. I just want you to stay on topic, okay?
Okay, here's the topic for you. Is Ben-Gurion and David Ben-Gurion, was he a terrorist? And Menachem Begin, was he a terrorist?
In regards to what?
In regards to, these guys became prime ministers, didn't they? Now, had they a history of theism?
Which example? Do you have an example of one? I could evaluate it and tell you whether or not I think it would be considered an act of terrorism.
Well, they were part of the Ergun, the Haganah, the Likud.
Okay.
They got together and formed a great moral Israeli army.
I know what the Haganah, the Ergun, and the Lehi were.
These theists. I'm talking about Ben-Gurion.
He was a leader of the Haganah.
Talking about Begin.
Who?
That was a theist group, correct?
Talking about Menachem Begin.
Oh, the Irgun.
What act did they do that you deemed to be terroristic in nature?
Were they theists?
No.
Oh, you would say that, Coach. And tell me, why are you the only person
here?
So
what act are you referring to
here?
That would be terroristic in nature?
Why are they keeping you here, Coach? Why are they keeping you here?
Who's that?
And nobody else.
I think Coach is chill.
Where's there no one else here?
You're here.
Coach is full of it, and you know it.
I think he's full of awesomeness. Again,
no,
you were the one who was devolving the conversation.
Coach interfered with the conversation, correct?
No, he just asked the same question that I was asking, which you still had not answered, which was, what acts of terrorism would you say they committed? I think there are arguments to be made that in the traditional sense of what constitutes an act of terrorism, where they were attacking the British, that you could argue that those were acts of terrorism, but I think it's important to evaluate the context of them.
Well, they were terrorists. So were they seen as theists?
Do you think Hamas are terrorists?
Were they seen as theists?
Do you think Hamas are terrorists? Terrorism is a subjective word. Of course they are. Okay.
Oh, it's subjective so to whom? To whom?
It's subjective to who is committing it. One person's freedom fighter is another person's terrorist.
Well, there we go. So who's the freedom fighter and who isn't?
Well, Hamas aren't freedom fighters. They have done nothing to liberate
Well,
Palestinians. They
says
kill
who?
Palestinians.
Says who?
It
Says
says
who?
me and says history.
So they're not freedom fighters. Is that what you're telling me? I'm knocking Begin and Ben Gurion were. Correct? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I wouldn't label them as freedom fighters either. I don't. Nobody
Yes,
calls
they
them that.
liberated the
Well,
Israelis.
here comes Big Mouth again.
He's just giving his opinion, bro.
I'm not interested in his opinion. I know of him. I know of him for a long time.
I'm sure. I've heard. He said you look like a hobbit.
Well, there you go. You see, he suffers from arrogance as well.
It's easy to have arrogance whenever you converse with people like you.
No, only when you're Zionist can you be arrogant.
Okay.
Again,
So,
can you
tell me,
please point to the act?
Is Coach Jewish or is he Zionist? Which is he?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm both, sir.
Is he Jewish or is he Zionist?
Are those two mutually exclusive?
Oh, yes, of course they are.
Could you
You know what
explain
a
that?
Zionist is? Well, I tell you what a Zionist is.
I'm asking you, why can't you be both?
You want me to tell you what a Zionist is first?
I know what a Zionist is, dude. I don't need you up here lecturing me. You're wasting my time.
I'm not trying to lecture.
Did you go get your bagel yet? Did you go get your bagel out of your toaster?
What does me? Oh, here we go.
You got some
the
cream
arrogance
cheese.
again.
Did you go get your bagel,
Oh, you
dude?
put in a little corner.
You got your
where
Motorola
you
phone.
put
I heard the little do-do-do-do, and then I heard the toaster. Did you go get your bagel? Have you eaten yet?
Where you put in a
Is that
little
what-
corner where you.
Is that why
Hey,
you
quit
can't
nasty
focus?
now,
You
have
need
you?
you need some food in your system. You know,
Is
food is
that-
fuel.
is that
You know,
why you're getting nasty?
food is fuel, right? You
That's-
can't
that's what
concentrate.
Zionists-
You can't concentrate and carry on conversations without food in you. It's like a car with no gas. It goes nowhere. Did you go get your food? Is that why you can't focus? Yes, Prince. I'm getting paid $7,000 for this
eating a
live.
Zionist food.
It could have been bread. It could have been a bagel. I don't know. I just heard the toaster go off. Can you unmute your mic? I've already invited you. You have to click on your name, click on the little P, and then click the microphone icon. Now, if you don't know what the word icon means, it's the little symbol that looks like a microphone. Fox. Maybe he's talking and can't hear me. I don't have him muted. I've actually invited him to unmute. He's never sober?
It's just always weird to me that these people call whoever they want terrorists and think like these, Begin and Gurion were terrorists, and they can never answer what was the terroristic act that they did.
They'd probably point to the King David Hotel bombing, to be fair.
Sure, and we can discuss that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was expecting them to bring up, which is why I said it's important to evaluate the context. But anyone who would call, anyone who would insist that Hamas are not terrorists and would insist that, these people were, wouldn't be consistent, because ultimately they were both fighting for what they seem to believe is the liberation of their people. And terrorism is generally defined as the targeting of civilians. When they bombed the King David Hotel, or really any group, their primary targets were military and government offices or infrastructure. It wasn't civilians. And again, the modern
What's
definition
insane
is,
about that?
Yeah. What?
So if you actually read the history of the bombing, what they did was they set up a small bomb across the street to try and get people. They thought it would make people run away and flee the area, and that all you would have left were British soldiers.
I was also made
You
aware.
kept
I
me
don't.
muted for a long time there. Why did
Brother,
you do that?
I invited you to unmute your microphone 3 times until it no longer would let
Yeah, and
me.
I couldn't do it. Why? Why
Yes,
couldn't
you
I do that?
could. Yes, you could. I just don't think you know how to
Yes, I
operate a
know you
smartphone.
do. You kept me quiet for a long time there. Or
Brother.
is it your friend here that's doing it?
No, nobody else muted you. I
Sir,
muted
I'm not
you.
a mod.
I'm the one who did it, and I invited you immediately after 3 times until it gave me a whole minute before I could do it again. And it took you all that time to figure out how to click on your profile and click an icon.
So I
Relax.
know how to click my profile. I'm long enough doing this now.
Did you go
to
get
know.
your bagel? Did you go get your bagel?
Yeah, are you back with the arrogance again, or are you going to
I was just
talk?
asking a question, dude. I heard your toaster go off. Are you a cream cheese type of guy?
Are you going to talk?
Apple butter?
We'll
What are you,
talk.
jelly, peanut butter?
Are you afraid to talk? Are you afraid to talk?
Yeah, I'm terrified. Anyways, I have a few more minutes with you, and then I'm gonna call it a day for this live stream, okay? How are they terrorists? These David Ben Gurion or whatever.
Well, did the British nominate them as terrorists?
I don't know if the British ever declared them to be terrorists or not. I could look into that.
Oh, yes, they did, and you know that.
Okay. Again, terrorism is subjective. Iran
Well,
has
subjective is
Iran
subjective for a man.
Iran has labeled America as terrorists. I don't believe America are terrorists. Is a terrorist?
It's hatred to terrorists.
Yes, they are terrorists because they attack civilians for political means.
Definitely, because you said so, right?
No, because it matches the modern definition of terrorism: the intentional
it
targeting of
matches
civilians
so
to instill
nothing
fear or
taken
to have
to
what?
the David Ben Gurion matched the modern definition.
No, because the
Did
primary
nothing
targets of the
happen.
attacks were military and government infrastructure and facilities. They were not civilians.
No. They killed civilians.
Who did the
you
King
know.
David? Well, just because they killed them doesn't mean
No,
they
the
targeted
King
them.
David. They did a lot of other jobs. You know
Okay,
that.
which one? King David's
So
King David is
why
the
just- why
which one?
just
Which
pick
which
him
one?
up your
Which
way?
one? Which one, brother?
You pick him. You pick him.
You pick. You're the
You're
one
looking
talking
at
about
it.
it.
You're looking at it there in front of you. You've looked it up while I was talking.
I didn't look up
I
anything
have
while
the
you were
computer.
talking. You know what I've been doing while you've been talking while other people were talking? I've been investing in stocks, brother.
Oh,
That's
you
what
have?
that's what I've been doing. Yes. Now, do you want to talk about the King David Hotel bombing or any other example which you don't even have because you don't know them? You made the
Hotel
claim.
bombing.
You made the claim. It's not my obligation or duty to
I
bring
didn't
up
make
other
a claim.
examples.
I told you that the British saw them as theists.
You said they didn't just do King David Hotel bombing. They did.
And other countries did as well, such as France and a few more. So tell me, were they theists or were they not theists?
No.
Okay.
Let me look up.
Are Hamas theists or are they not theists?
What was that?
Are H group theists or are they not?
Yes, they are.
So tell me, what's the difference?
I already told you that. They intentionally target civilians for purposes of instilling. Okay, don't ask me a question and then interrupt me. Don't do that. Do you understand?
Why are you getting upset? Are you getting upset?
No. You're
Want me
yeah,
to rub your
kinda.
back?
You're just very ignorant. Do you have
Want
children?
me to rub your back?
I actually do. My back
Yeah.
hurts. Do you want to come rub my back?
I'll come rub your back for you.
You want to shave my thighs too? Yeah?
No, I wouldn't go that far. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Relax.
I'm a heterosexual
Okay.
male. I wouldn't do
Okay.
like that.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Can you stay on topic?
They probably like it in Israel, would they?
You're the one who
Gosh,
offered.
I asked you to do the same thing.
I have stayed on topic. I'm still on the whole topic of the King David Hotel bombing and the Irgun and the Haganah.
Oh, no,
And the
no,
Lehigh,
no,
like,
no.
I'm
we were
still-
we were on the topic of theists. That's what the topic was.
This has to do with
I asked
terrorism, you
were
fool.
Mark and
You
Reagan
called those
and
three
David
groups
Ben
terrorist
Gurion,
groups.
Were they theists? Were they part of a
No,
theist
I've said no. I've said no.
groups?
I've said no.
You said he was part of the Haganah.
I did. I talked about the Haganah, the Irgun,
The
and the
Likud?
Lehigh. What about the Likud? What? Also, France did not issue a formal government designation calling any of those groups terrorists. Try again. I looked it up.
So
The
you are
British, did label the Irgun and
So you
Lehigh
are
as
the
terrorist
computer.
organizations.
Why'd you lie to me?
Well,
You don't
obviously,
like people lying
obviously, I'm in
to
front of
you,
a
do you?
computer. Yes, I'm in front of a computer.
You lied to me.
No, I said that
Oh,
I'd been
you
investing
lied
in
to me.
stocks.
You're
No, I didn't lie
terrible.
to you.
Terrible boy. That's what you are. You did lie to me. You
Okay.
told me you were looking at stocks.
I have stocks pulled up right now. You want me to read the screen? Invest outcome from October 1st to the 25th.
no.
Asset allocation, geographic exposure, investment outcome, deposits, withdrawals. You know I can have multiple tabs up at one time, right? Like I literally just like went to a different tab and asked if France had labeled any of those groups as terrorists, and it said no. It took 5
How
seconds.
much you worth?
Look, I know that you don't know how to use technology. You didn't know how to unmute your mic. You had a very difficult time. You
Oh,
don't
I know,
understand that
I
I could
know
have multiple tabs
technology.
up. I get it, dude. Did you get your bagel yet?
I know technology. Don't
right.
don't try to belittle me, my friend. I'm way ahead of you.
Now you're back in the lobby. Anyways, guys. What time is it? I'll try to let up. Let me let up these rest of these people. I'll be very quick with all of you, unfortunately. I have to get going. Let me... Thank you, Eatubs. I appreciate it. Fox, you're always welcome up later. You give me free exposure, because I'm going to clip everything you say and show you to be a fool. So come back anytime you want. Suna Flower, was that you that spoke?
Can you read, bro?
I can read, but there's multiple guests up on the panel, so I don't know who was talking. Was it you or was it not you?
Yeah, it's not Suna Flower, it's Suna Follower. Yeah.
Okay, great. Joey, what do you have to say?
Yeah, so just do a quick thing. If you on your computer, just search up Charlie Kirk where he died, like an aerial photo. Can you do that or not?
Are you going to talk about how the field was in the shape of a menorah?
Yeah. And JFK as well. The exact same. Like, just, you don't need to be naive to the fact that, like, these things are done by, like, satanic, like, followers. I'm not saying Judaism is satanic, but I'm saying the higher-ups of Zionism control what you guys believe in.
So you believe in,
Can I
like,
ask
the
you a
Illuminati
question?
or
Are you
something?
Muslim?
No, I'm not Muslim. I'm actually a white Australian, so...
That doesn't mean you're not Muslim.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Muslim. I'm Christian, Catholic. I'm just saying it's just funny how these things line up.
Where is this thing in the shape of a menorah?
So just search Charlie Kirk death
I did.
site and do like aerial photo.
I did.
Can you count how? Can you see the lines? Like I think it's like steps. How they're exactly 9. And there's 9 candles.
No, I don't see a specific photo that... Oh wait, now I do. It's in the shape of like a triangle. Or not really.
Yeah, well... I mean,
Let me
you
ask
can say
you,
what you want, but...
You could come up with whatever
you can
conspiracy
count
theory
it.
you want. The other guys.
I mean, it's not about conspiracies. It's about believing like what you want to believe, because there's shit out there that's made Zionism.
That's
people
what
that believe in
conspiracy
Zionism.
is. That's what conspiracy is. Believing what you want to believe without any direct evidence. Implying and drawing connections between things with no evidence to come to a conclusion. That's quite literally what conspiracy means. So, why would they want to be... If they wanted to actually do it and didn't want people to know, why would they have these, like, fields where it was like in the shape of a menorah? Like what? I literally saw somebody the other day on Instagram trying to do the same thing with DC and the pentagram, or the 5-pointed star, or the Star of David, to say like DC set up like the roads and all. Like what is wrong with you guys?
Nothing's wrong. It's just more like once you understand how the world works, you kind of look past all the political things and you realize it's under one cesspit and there is just one agenda, and that the people
and
are
the agenda wanted
the
Charlie Kirk killed for what reason?
Because he was willing to speak out against the bad things that Zionism was.
So were so many other people. Why didn't they kill Candace Owens?
Well, she's already scared for her life. She's going into hiding.
But she's not dead. Why didn't they kill her? She's been doing it for 2 years.
You don't think
she knows.
You think Candace Owens can hide from the Mossad? Really? If the Mossad didn't want to find Candace Owens, you think she's too smart for the Mossad?
The thing with people in Israel,
answer me that. Do you think she could hide? No, answer. Do you think she can hide from the Mossad?
I'm just going to say my comments. I don't really like...
No. Do you think she can hide from the Mossad?
If people want to be found, they'll be found. But people with power will do anything that they can do to get to the people they want to get to. Why do you think JFK got shot? Also, he got shot in the exact same situation. He was shot in a similar area to what Charlie Kirk was. But anyway, that's another topic.
What does that have to do with my question? What does that have to do with my question? You said Candace Owens is in hiding. You said she's in hiding. She's not. She does her podcast. She does her podcast. She does her podcast. Stop talking. Stop talking. She does her podcast from the exact same place that she always does her podcast. Exactly. Not hard to find her. She's not in hiding. That's nonsense. There's other people with way more anti-Israel views. Charlie Kirk was critical of certain parts of Israel's policy, but he was wildly pro-Israel. And we have this from text messages he had with Josh Hammer and various other sources within Turning Point USA who said he was very supportive of Israel, even if he wasn't supportive of everything they did. Okay? So you're just wrong. You're making up things that don't exist to fit the ideological narrative you want to be right, which is the Zionists control everything. And you know what? If we do, let's just say you're right and we do. Good for us. Good for us. Do you think power is a bad thing?
Inherently, yeah, it is. It's
so you want to be
us.
so you don't want to be powerful. You want to be not powerful in life.
No, but I'm saying like
that sounds right for a beta. That sounds right for a beta personality.
Yeah. I love how like you just say these like stupid comments. They're so dumb. But I'm saying like things like central banking are run off power, and that's ultimately like how the world works. And that's how poverty works too. They decide who's poor and who's rich. But what I'm trying to say
so the central bank decided that I would be successful.
Essentially, yeah, they decide.
How did they do that? How did they do that? How did they do that?
Well, this is like completely off topic, but
no, it's not. It's perfect. Explain to me how the central bank made me successful.
I don't want to like defer from the talk of Zionism, but I'm just trying to say.
No. How did the central? Well, you know, the central banker just Zionist, right?
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
So how did they make me successful?
I'm saying with money, they print as much money as they want, and the political parties can choose how much money is printed. That's why there's so much debt. And they don't ever have to pay it off because they can just print it whenever they want.
And what does printing money lead to? What does printing money lead to?
Poverty and inflation. So
inflation,
if you don't,
right? But inflation's going down.
Not really.
It is in the United States.
Not in the rest of the world. I'm sorry.
We can't control how garbage the rest of the world is.
Oh my god. But anyway, so what I was saying was Zionism is like, it's just a front. Like, it's like Judaism is like a great religion. I don't have anything against it. But Zionism as a whole, like even like early like the belief in Judaism, even they believe, like the early rabbis said, no, we don't need Zionism. It's so wrong. We don't need our own country. They said it themselves. Even Albert Einstein says like he was a Jew himself and he didn't want Zionism. Like
he was a Zionist. He was asked to be president of Israel and turned it down because he said he didn't have the qualifications. He didn't like one specific. He didn't like one specific. He didn't like one specific incident as it related to Deir Yassin. If he was alive today and he saw all the available data about how that was a fraud, he probably would change his mind because he was an empiricist who used data to guide his positions. And by the way, what about Rav Kook? Was Rav Kook against Zionism?
But I'm just trying to tell you like how the world's going now.
Was Rav Kook against Zionism? Rabbi Kook, was he against Zionism? Yes or no?
I don't really know who Rabbi Kook is. I'm sorry.
You mean the first rabbi of Israel?
I don't really know like who the hell the first rabbi is. I'm just saying.
I just told you.
The ideology of like Zionism is just, it's corrupt. I'm not saying Judaism is bad. I'm not saying Israelites are bad. I'm just saying the idea of Zionism has been fed to the wrong people, and it was built by the wrong people, and now it is a corrupt thing.
Well, you know what? Tough shit for you. You're gonna have to deal with it, brother. Sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you. Well,
tough shit. There's nothing you can do. You've already said you don't like power, so you're not gonna have any influence. You're a beta. That's okay. We need betas in this world for us alphas to dominate, and nothing's gonna change. We're going to control and do whatever the fuck we want, and you're just going to have to sit back and take it like the little chump you are. And there you go.
Okay, in the eyes of God, the way you just spoke.
Don't worry about it, God. Don't worry about my relationship. Don't worry about my relationship with God. That's between me and God, and He'll judge me accordingly. You don't have any say in my relationship with God. Believe me, God is a Zionist. God's a Zionist, dude. I would be more worried about your relationship with God and how you're going to end up in the afterlife than I would me, because God is a Zionist. Remember, we're chosen, brother. We're chosen.
Anyway,
that's right.
Well, I just wanted to say my piece. I just wanted to put some ideas out
there. All right,
there.
Go be a little bitch and have a miserable life. Enjoy.
I appreciate your
good. Bye.
So I hope you guys have a really good day.
See you later. Go back to mommy. Go back to your fucking basement. No one cares.
Thank you. But
Bye.
anyway, both of you have a
Bye,
good day.
Beta.
I just want to say
Bye, Beta. See you later. Out.
Cheers.
Bye. Disconnect.
I actually don't know how to.
Oh, it's okay. Stay on for a little longer. I'm talking to my Zionist group. We're gathering all your data, dude. Check your credit score tomorrow. It's gonna be plummeted, dude. We're doing a number on you right now.
I don't know
now, dude. We're tearing up your credit right now.
I don't get what the hostility is all the time. Like, I literally have come in like calm and collected.
I thought you said you were leaving, dude. I thought you said you were leaving.
I'm gonna stand on business. I don't care. Like, I don't
you said
get
you
it.
were leaving.
Yeah, but I don't get what you're like.
Okay, thanks, dude. Next. You said you were leaving. Leave. Bye. Stand on business. You're not standing on shit, dude. You're on all fours fucking taking it because the Zionists control you, and that's just the way it is. So get on all fours and bark like a dog.
Well, I don't understand what you have a problem with. I'm calling Zionists corrupt and blaming Zionists for all the problems in the world. Why would that bother you? Oh, I don't know. I wonder.
He said.
I wonder why that would irk. I wonder why that would irk someone.
He said that the aerial view of where Charlie Kirk was killed is shaped like a menorah. Same thing with JFK. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, another
4.
Christianity conspiracy. This is what Christians do. So explain to me, what is wrong in Christianity? Can you explain me? Why is Christianity so rooted in hatred of Jews? Can you explain it?
What, dude? What are you talking about, bro? You're crazy. Christians are awesome.
Christians
are awesome. Christians are the best allies Jews have today. Stop it.
Well, that's not true.
Oh, that's very true.
I'm a Christian.
No, that's not. You see all those Christians.
Hold on. There's two people talking at once.
Some Christian.
Yo, Ethan.
Just explain to me what is wrong with your religion so much that they hate Jews.
Hey, relax, brother. Relax, brother. I don't know. You want me to ask why your Orthodox rabbis spit on Christians? You want to play this game? You want to do cherry picking out of a handful of people? Don't play this game with me, dude. I ask you to chill out. Living Waters. Your mic is very muffly.
Oh, hold on. Let me get. Hold on a second.
Ethan, I don't know why there's certain vile people within Christianity. I said about 15 minutes ago, I think that 90% of the people who profess to be Christians are not actually Christians. They don't live in the way of Christ. They don't know the teachings of the Bible. They don't know the laws. They don't know the commandments. They don't know Scripture. I don't know. Don't hold me accountable for the things that they do, because that's the exact same thing that you guys hate when people do in regards to Jewish people.
Amen.
Don't play that game.
Couldn't be more right. You couldn't be more right.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's a lot better. Ethan, you're free to talk, but like, I've invited you to unmute your mic. I muted you because Living and you were talking at the same time, and I could not hear.
I wanted to address him if I could, because I am a Christian too.
Awesome. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So I've been supporting Israel. Well, number one, my father always supported Israel. He's not here on this earth anymore, but he always loved the Jewish people and raised me with a love for Jewish people. Always wanted to visit Israel, never got a chance to. But since October 7th, I've done everything in my power to speak out. Now, I'm not a big creator, but I've always spoken out.
After blood libel, after blood.
Excuse me. Hold on a second. I've come up on panels. Hold on a second. I've come up on panels multiple times to
Can you explain what is wrong in your religion that you hate us so much? I just want to understand.
Ethan,
it's not the religion.
There are false Christians out there, just like there are false Jews out there. There are false Christians out there.
Fucking religion.
Ethan,
take a deep breath, big guy.
You committed the most horrific crimes against humanity.
Ethan, take a deep breath. Ethan, take a deep breath.
Even Hitler was a devoted Christian.
Ethan.
No, he wasn't.
Ethan.
Fucking
Ethan,
I love my fellow Jewish people. I would literally give my life if I could for my Jewish people. Here's the problem, Ethan. There are people who claim to be Christians. Hold on a second. There are people who claim to be Christians that have never read the Bible.
Shut up, dude.
Well, I love you anyway. I love you anyway.
Ethan, you're an idiot.
I would literally die for you if I could.
Ethan, you are an embarrassment to our people. You're disgusting. I'll take Moderate and Living Waters over you 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. You're pathetic. You're foolish. You're an embarrassment to our people. You're an embarrassment to Judaism. You're an embarrassment to Zionism. Please don't come up on any of these panels anymore because you're awful. And the fact of the matter is, Christians are the best allies Jews have today. The amount of money that evangelicals spend on going to Israel and supporting Israel, including organizations like Kufi and various other Christians. The United States ambassador to Israel right now, Mike Huckabee, is a devout Christian, and I can't think of a bigger supporter and a bigger Zionist in the world today, including Jews, than Mike Huckabee, the same Mike Huckabee that thinks Israel should annex Judea and Samaria and won't call it the West Bank. So you're wrong. You're a fool. You're an embarrassment.
No, I'm not
I'm
wrong.
talking
I'm
right
not
now,
wrong.
son. I'm talking. Keep your mouth
Person
shut.
after person.
Keep your mouth shut when I'm
Person.
talking.
So what if you
Keep your mouth shut when I'm
This game?
talking.
Yes, this is what
Keep
you
your
do.
mouth shut when I'm talking.
Don't talk like this.
Ethan, I do want to
Respect
say
yourself.
one thing. I am
Respect
so
yourself. I'm
sorry for
respecting you.
whichever Christian
I
has
just want
hurt
to
you.
understand.
Keep your mouth shut when I'm
Ethan.
talking, you Benzona. Stop it.
Ethan,
I'm
I
talking.
do want to say I am very sorry for whoever hurt you. No, and I genuinely mean that because there are bad Christians out there. I will tell you this. I've met many bad Christians, not just Christians that are against Jews, but I've met some pretty horrible people out there. Every religion has them, and I truly am sorry if any one of the people who bear the name of Jesus has hurt you and has not stood by the Jewish people. It is not what Christianity is. Jesus
I'm
is
not
Jewish.
talking about Jesus. Jesus was a Jew.
Exactly.
Jesus
Yes,
was
sir.
a Jew.
You're right.
Stop muting me.
You're right, Ethan. Jesus was
I'm
a Jew,
trying
and
to
that's
be
who I
respectful.
follow.
I'm just asking, what is wrong with your religion?
Thank you, Ida.
Just that. Like,
I don't know. You
person
tell
after
me what's
person
wrong
in
with
the
it. Where does
video
it
come
teach to hate
up
Jews? Where does
and
it teach to hate
us so
Jews?
much. What
Where does it
the-
teach
what
to hate?
did we do to you ever?
Where does it teach to hate Jews, brother? You ask what's wrong with the religion. You're asking what's wrong with the religion and not the people. I've told you I don't think it's the religion, it's the people.
Okay,
so why
you're
don't
muting me because
Yeah, because I'm trying to ask you questions. You're acting like a
It's
pro-Palestinian.
difficult.
Tell me
What is
in
wrong
my
about
religion.
people
Tell
that
me
they
in my
hate us?
religion
It's
where it
rooted
says
in
to treat Jews with
Christianity.
animus. Tell me in my religion or my scripture where it says to treat Jews
Guys,
badly.
Satanic Jews.
Just tell me where.
Jews are satanic synagogue of Satan. Kill Jesus.
Well, it doesn't say that about Jewish people. You don't know
All
the book of
these things
Revelation.
you
Do you
say.
want to talk about the book of
I don't know
Revelation?
what
Or-
is that.
Well,
I'm
Ethan,
just asking you what is wrong
Jewish
about
people
Christianity
were the first
that
Christians
you
who
guys
still went to
bad
synagogues.
Bible after bad
It was
Bible.
addressing
Don't you have
false
enough?
Christians, Ethan. It was addressing false Christians because Christians at the beginning were Jewish.
There is no false
No, hold on a
Christians.
second.
What
Hold
is
on a
false
second. Ethan.
Christians?
Please, please let me
No,
talk.
everybody. It's not like Muslim. What is false Christians?
E-
Everybody that you don't like, you call him now.
No, Ethan, I'm trying to be respectful to you. The Christians that was being addressed in Revelations that false Christians keep bringing up, they were attending synagogues
also
because.
respectful. Please stop
Hold on, I
muting me.
didn't finish. Ethan, hold on a minute, bud.
Listening to all of
Basically,
you guys,
these
I'm listening to
Christians
all
at
of
the
you.
beginning, these Christians were Jews attending synagogues, and there were some Christian
I'm
Jewish
not talking
people.
about 2000.
But you brought it
talking
up.
about.
You
I'm
brought
talking
it up.
about right now.
Yeah, so right now,
Hate us
there are
so
good
much.
and there are
Why do
bad.
you
There are
hate
people who
us?
never
Why?
read the Bible, so they don't
There's
know what the
evil
Bible
in
says.
Christianity. There is.
I'm sorry, guys.
Thanks, Hammer.
But I'm going to drop. I just wanted to come because I feel like he must have been hurt by somebody. And I truly feel bad for that because there really are some bad people out there. And I do come up on panels to debunk a lot of, bad Christians. And it really hurts my heart.
He doesn't speak for Jews. He doesn't speak for Israel. He doesn't speak for Zionists. He's a schmuck. He's a putz. He's a loser. And don't take it to heart.
Oh, no, I'm not hurt by
Jews like
him.
myself love our Christian brothers and sisters, appreciate our Christian brothers and sisters. We recognize Christianity for what it is. It's a religion of love. Historically, people have strayed away from the scriptures of Christianity and acted, I would say, with evil. But that's not representative of Christianity. That's representative of man's ability to contort and misrepresent scripture for the purposes of committing violence acts. In 2025, I will take my Christian brothers and sisters over Reformed Jews any day of the week. I love you guys. You guys are the best.
Love you
No one's
too.
going to defend Christians more than me from the Jewish point of view.
because my experience and my knowledge of Christians and Christianity is nothing but positive, and I appreciate the support, and anyone that speaks that way is no brother of mine.
Speed run.
Let me ask you something. What is up with Christians? This dude just clearly cursed your religion, and she's saying she hates Christians for it. What's up with the bootlicking, bruh? Like, are you gonna zip it up when you're done? Do you guys just love Jews?
I couldn't see your box. I'm sorry. Who? Yeah, the guy was
Jews
upset with
that
Christians.
Like,
what was
so
the woman
this
said?
guy
What?
This guy just cursed Christians.
Yeah.
And the first thing she says is that Christians are bad. She's blaming Christians for what he feels.
She said that? I think she said there's a
She
handful of
literally said
Christians. I think she said that there's a handful of Christians who don't act in accordance
Stop
to.
bootlicking, bro. They don't care about you.
You're going to sit in the guest box because you clearly didn't listen to what we said. I told that guy that I didn't appreciate the way he came off towards me and his animosity, and I said that we shouldn't generalize people from any group of people, whether it's Christianity or Judaism, based off of the actions of a few people. And that's exactly what you are now doing towards that guy, acting as if all Jews hate Christians. You're doing the exact same thing that he was complaining about, and then complaining about how he was doing it. You're no different than him. So pout from the comments section, bro. Prince Wu, you're loading in. What's on your mind?
Hey, man, just wanted to talk about something that was mentioned before, the whole Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah, what about it, man?
Yeah, so was it King Hebrew who said that it was he was pro-Israel, which he was historically? Do you have any idea what he said? Yeah, no, he was not. Did you watch his podcast in the last couple of months leading to his death?
I've seen everything, dude. He was critical of some stuff, but he was still pro-Israel. Did you see the video? Did you see the video like 15 minutes before he died? Did you see the video 15 minutes before he died where he was telling Jews how important it is to keep Sabbath and observe? And telling them the importance of preserving their Jewish identity 15 minutes before he got killed, but you want to bring up some group chat where he was mad that some Jewish donor pulled $2 million from him? I've seen everything that you've seen and much more. Why do you guys do this? He was the most pro-Israel, probably conservative pundit with a huge platform. He was pro-Israel, pro-Jewish people, pro the war. Like, what? Why would they kill him? Nothing you guys say makes sense. Anything to say? Hello?
Can you let me... You're going to keep muting me.
You haven't been muted the whole time.
Did you see what he said regarding... Do you know who his biggest Jewish donor was? His biggest backer?
I don't know. I don't know the name of the guy. I don't know.
You don't? Okay, so let me.
Why is that relevant? Why is it relevant who it is?
He had a dinner in the couple weeks leading up to his death with Bill Ackman. Do you know who Bill Ackman is?
Yes, I do.
Biggest Jewish donor. You know how much money he pulled? Over $150 million leading up to his death. Did you watch his podcast?
Funny enough, Bill Ackman and everyone at that meeting.
I'll let you speak.
Funny enough, Bill Ackman and everyone who was at that meeting said that didn't happen.
Yeah, sure.
So they're all lying.
Anyways, let me keep going.
How do you know the truth?
His podcasts are on.
How do you know the truth?
Did you watch the
How do you know the
podcast?
truth?
Did you watch it? Did you see his critique?
Quiet. How do you know the truth if you weren't at that meeting?
Because there's references. There were people who know about the meeting. He literally said he was at that meeting. Bill Ackman said he was at that meeting.
But he said that he said that it didn't happen, Prince Wu. He has come out himself and said that all of the accusations against him aren't true. The people making the accusations are not the people you're referring to. You're sourcing other people. You're sourcing.
Did happen.
It did happen, but not. But what was included in the meeting, in the details of it, he did not confirm.
Okay, and why would he confirm that he pulled a $150 million donation?
Why would other people who aren't him say that something happened when they don't know whether or not it did?
Why would Candace lie about that on Charlie?
Well, I don't know. Why would she say that the moon landing never happened? Why would she say that the Earth is flat?
That's irrelevant.
She says a lot of stupid stuff. She said she doesn't believe in silence because she's grifting off of the death of him. Why would she say that she was his best friend when they didn't even follow each other on social media? Why did Turning Point USA cut her off? She said a lot of stupid things.
Can I speak?
No. I don't give you idiots the time of the day. Why isn't she dead? Why didn't they kill her? Arch, Roth, what's on your mind? Arch, Roth. Yeah, I'm going to kick you off because you're being a moron. Oh, some
No,
random person.
you're not answering any questions because a conversation requires a back and forth. You ask a question, we answer it. We ask a question, you just start talking about whatever you want to talk about. So if you're not willing to answer a question, there's no point here. You're just using the platform to spew your garbage.
Roth, what do you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. Just your title here, Israel is winning. What they win?
I don't know. Probably the war. Maybe a game of chess or poker. They're achieving their military goals, and Hamas is going to be ousted from power one way or another, and all of the hostages are back home.
Okay, I say, is that your goal since the beginning of the war? You achieve what you want since the beginning.
Yeah, probably.
Let's reverse this. What was Hamas's goal on October 7th?
It was the goal to get attention of the world, and you don't got it. You are trapped.
Wait, so that's not what they said their goal was.
No, I don't mind what they say, but what's
so they're lying. So you think that they say things that are untrue?
Listen. I'm not here.
No. I'm asking you a question. Are you suggesting that Hamas lies?
No, I don't say they lie or not. You know.
You said that you don't. You said what they're saying is not true.
No. Listen.
So if they said something that's untrue, that means they're lying.
I'm not member of
Hamas. What
Hamas
was their
anybody,
goal
okay?
on October 7th? According to Hamas, what did they say their goal was?
Just please, if you can just...
No. What did they say their goal was?
I am here from outside that place. I'm going to tell you what they see.
I don't care what you are, dude. I don't give a shit. Where you're from or whatever. Just answer the question.
If you don't give a shit, go fuck
What did Hamas say?
Listen, we are here to have conversation.
I don't care.
Don't give a shit. Go fuck
What did Hamas say their goal was on October 7th?
Yeah, he's gone. What do you want? Why are you being a crybaby?
I'm not. I just wanted to ask why he gets so bloody angry.
I never got angry. In fact, I talked to you for about 30 seconds and then Hammer went after you.
You're actually not too bad. I'm saying King.
Well, he's a Jewish person, dude, and you come up with...
First of all, King's not angry. King's life is... Do you understand? Joey, King's not angry, and Moderate knows this. My life is fantastic. I'm great. My life is great. I do well. I have a beautiful home, a gorgeous wife, amazing children.
Hello, Thomas. How are you doing?
How you doing, boss? Very well, thank you.
What's on your mind?
So I'm not really a Israel or Gaza supporter, but we all know what Hamas did when they attacked Israel, and then Israel, which they did have the right to respond. But what I have a disagreement with is how Israel responded because of the amount of innocents that are being unalived.
Okay, what in particular do you have an issue with? Is it just the result of their response? The fact that innocent people are dying?
Yeah, which I mean, I guess is WAR in general, so I mean, you can't complain too much about that, but...
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's unfortunate to compare WARs, but I mean, Ukraine's no saint, but at least they're hitting more infrastructure and military targets than, say, like Israel has. And I know that's kind of a silly comparison, it can be, but...
It is a silly comparison because Russia doesn't operate out of civilian areas, really. I mean, that's far more conventional war as compared to an urban war, as we see in Gaza.
Right, as opposed to trench warfare.
It's two completely different playing fields, so...
I can see that.
They're not comparable at all, and in fact, Russia is doing what Hamas would do if Hamas had the capability, and if the Iron Dome didn't exist. Russia's shooting rockets and ballistic missiles into civilian areas every single day. They are actually intentionally bombing public buildings, schools, hospitals.
No, right, Russia is. I agree with that.
Yeah, Russia, and nobody talks about it because these pro-Palestinians, like the morons in the comment section, they don't care. They don't care about blatant violations of IHL that are intentional and not going after military targets, because Ukraine doesn't operate like Hamas as a guerrilla unit. They don't utilize guerrilla warfare and hide out in civilian areas. Russia just intentionally bombs those areas, and then they release statements saying that it's a military target, which we know it's not. Hamas has continuously for many years fired an indiscriminate amount of rockets into Israel across the border, and they all get shot down, mostly by the Iron Dome. If that didn't exist, many Israelis would be killed. And when Israel bombs a place in Gaza, it is the case that is a terrorist compound. Hamas operates out of civilian areas or from underneath civilian areas.
Pop up that was a clarification that I was trying to get, so I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
just wanted to see.
And if people want to talk about, death, like go look at like Mariupol. Go look at how many people died in the siege of Mariupol.
Yeah.
And then
which was completely surrounded, and they did scorched earth tactics over there.
Yeah, and then come back and talk to me about how bad Israel is doing in Gaza. Like these people who claim to care about Gaza and Palestine, they don't care. They're not familiar with the context of war. They're not familiar with the differences and different types of war. They don't know about any other conflict that's ever existed. They don't know how wars are fought. They don't know how Hamas fights.
Okay, so you would agree that Hamas uses basically civilians as a shield in a sense?
It's not in a sense. It's literally. I mean, they have tunnel networks underneath the entirety of Gaza. It's not. Again, it's not in a sense. I mean, if you have a house here, a civilian house right here, and you have a tunnel 30 feet underneath it, to get to that tunnel, that's kind of the definition of a shield. You're hiding behind the civilians. Not to mention the fact that it's a blatant violation. It's a war crime to not distinguish yourselves from civilians. They don't wear a uniform when they fight. That's not even disputable.
That was going to be my next thing, too. Yeah, that's why they're considered a terrorist organization in most countries.
Well, it's guerrilla warfare. I mean, not only that, they're considered a terrorist country because they use violence to achieve political aims, and they carry out attacks that aren't even in relation to certain wars, like that they have done in the West Bank through the Intifada. And again, they're labeled as a terrorist organization because they're a proxy of Iran, who does Iran's dirty work on behalf of them, so that Iran doesn't have to launch its own strikes from its own soil. But yeah, the fact that they don't even wear a uniform is when they have uniform, it's a deliberate choice that they make to not wear those uniforms. It's a war crime. And again, the people who support the Palestinians don't care. They don't care that the people fighting on behalf of the Palestinians don't distinguish themselves from the people who aren't fighting, which makes it a lot harder for Israel to conduct operations. Because how is Israel supposed to know who is and isn't a combatant whenever... Again,
that was like the United States and Afghanistan too. We couldn't tell who was who.
Yeah, I mean it's even more difficult when it comes to Israel and Hamas because again of the layout of their military infrastructure. If you're not wearing a uniform, if you're wearing civilian clothing, and you're in a tunnel underneath the ground, and Israel doesn't have technology or the capability to like see through the ground. They don't have like X-ray vision underground, and somebody pops up in a house, right? And they walk out of that house with a rifle or an RPG or a grenade or some type of explosive, and they commit an act of violence or an act of war or something like that. And again, they're in civilian clothing, and then they run into another house and they disappear. That's literally how it happens. And they're wearing civilian clothing. So they'll go into one house where they have an entrance or an exit to a tunnel installed. They'll go down, go in the tunnel, and then they'll go wherever, and they'll pop up like a rat out of some other place and then fire or throw a grenade or blow something up. And they continuously do that. So it's like, it's very hard to track these people to know who is and isn't a civilian. And that is a deliberate choice that Hamas has made over a course of many years.
No, that's very well said. I wish more people said it like that because I didn't interpret it like that. Somebody in your comments said that's a war tactic.
It's a violation.
That's a war crime.
Using civilians as human shields and not wearing uniform is a war crime. Yes, but they don't care. It's a war tactic.
No, they don't.
They excuse it and then they complain when the people in Gaza die. But what they don't understand, or I think they do understand, again, they just don't care, is that more people in Gaza are dying because of the way Hamas chooses to fight. But again, they'll make excuses for it, like you see in the comment section, because they don't care.
Right, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they have some kind of election in Gaza or Palestine to make Hamas their governing body?
Yes, they voted for Hamas in 2006. Hamas was voted into power, overthrew rival factions, publicly executed the leaders of Fatah, killed some of them, which was a rival faction. Killed.
They just did some more the other day too.
Oh yeah, well yeah, those are So there's multiple different armed gangs that are combating Hamas right now because they don't want to see Hamas come back to power. You have the Shabab, and then you have the Dagmush family. And many others, but yeah, they're executing Palestinians in public, on the streets, in Gaza Square, I think that's what they call it, because they are accusing them of either collaborating with Israel or not complying with Hamas. And again, the pro-Palestinian crowd has been awfully silent now that the innocent Palestinians are being killed because they're not being killed by Israel; they're being killed by Hamas. Which just makes you think how many other Palestinians over the course of these 2 years who don't like Hamas have been executed by Hamas like that.
And like you mentioned, it's been since 2006. A lot of people don't realize that this isn't. I mean, the WAR is kind of new, but they've always been fighting. But it's always been like this since early 1990s.
Hamas came into power in 2006.
Oh, that's when they came into power, but the fighting ain't never stopped over there. Like I know they were fighting in the 70s too, like the Egyptian Israelis and.
Oh yeah, well
like
they've been fighting since Israel's establishment, and even beforehand there's been violence. But the Arabs launched a war right after Israel declared independence in 1948. Immediately after, literally the second that Israel declared independence, they launched a war of aggression, saying that they were going to push Israel into the sea. That's what their leader said, and they all lost, and they complained. And then they launched
multiple times. They lost,
and then you had Egypt in '67. Who prompted Israel into striking first. It was a preemptive strike because Egypt had aligned its ships all across the border. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. See you soon. Again, planning to wage war against Israel. They got smacked then. They got smacked in 73 in the Yom Kippur War. They got smacked all throughout the early 2000s with the Israel and Gaza War, and they're getting smacked right now. And every time they instigate and start wars, and they lose, and then they cry victim.
All right. I can hear that. But I excuse me. I appreciate you having me up. That was a good clarification.
Appreciate you for coming up, man. Take care, okay?
You too, brother.
All right, see ya. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. See you soon.